Before everything, launch Ubaguba's text generation WebUI. Wait until it is fully loaded. After it is fully loaded and running on local URL is visible, check if you see OpenAI compatible API URL. If you don't, open up text generation WebUI. After that, expand the left menu and click on the session. Then, make sure that OpenAI flag is enabled. If not, check it and click Apply Flags, Extensions and Restart. If you can see OpenAI compatible API URL now we should load some models to test the plugin's functions. In WebUI, open the Model tab. Then, choose some models. After that, press Load and wait until it will be successfully loaded. Let's now create a simple blueprint actor to work with. For that, open up your project that has the installed plugin in it. Then, create a blueprint class that inherits from actor. Name it as you like. For example, I will name it BP WebUI actor. Save it and open that actor. Let's add a trigger box so the player will interact with this actor if it will overlap with it. For visual purposes, let's also create a sphere and decrease its size so the player will be able to touch its trigger box. Compile and save this actor. Then move on to Event Graph. Delete an unnecessary node and create onComponentBeginOverlap event. Now we are ready to go. Let's test WebUI completion. To do that, just press the right button on Event Graph and search for WebUI completion function. After that, fill in the address node with OpenAI compatible API URL. You can get it from WebUI console. HTTP 0000 basically means that it is a localhost address. So, in address node, you should change this address to HTTP 127.0.0.1. Do not forget to include a port also. By default, port number is 5000. Then, for demonstration purposes, I will promote generation settings to variable, so I can configure it freely. Then, compile and save our actor. Then, open completion settings default value. Open prompt. Enter my name is, so AI will complete it further with text. Now connect overlap event and WebUI completion. Let's move on to proceeding the results of this function. First of all, we should check if it was completed successfully. For that, we should create a branch. If it won't succeed, then let's print out our error message with red color and duration of 5 seconds. But if it will succeed, we should print out the completion text. To do that, I will break message structure and get from there only text variable. Then I will print out only completion text, assign it a green color and increase the duration to 5 seconds. Compile, save and then test our actor. Close Blueprint Editor and place our actor in the world. then press play. Walk to our actor and trigger the collision box. In output log, you should see that JSON that was sent to WebUI. After the generation, our text will be successfully printed out on the screen. Let's test the WebUI chat completion function. Again, search for this function and place it on the event graph. Fill the address with an OpenAI compatible API URL. Again, for demonstration purposes, I will promote chat settings to the variable, so I can configure it freely. Compile, save, and open its default values. Search for messages and add a new message. Each chat message needs a role and a content. For example, I will ask AI for its name from the user perspective. Also, let's limit the max tokens to 20 and see if it will work. Compile, save, and begin to create connections between nodes. Similar to WebUI completion, we will first check if this node succeeds. Then, if everything is good, we will just print out each message on the screen in the loop. Compile, save, and test this actor. Let's test WebUI stop generation then. Configure it similar to previous functions. This function also needs only an address and nothing more. Save, compile, and test this actor. Unfortunately, I found a little bug in this function, so it prints out an error. But I fixed it, so don't worry, your code should be working correctly. Let's see what the WebUI getModels function does. Search for it and place it on the event graph. Fill in the address with the OpenAI compatible API URL. Connect the overlap event to this function and then check if it will succeed. If everything is good, then print out on the screen each name of the AI model in the loop. Compile, save, and test our actor. After triggering the actor, we should see names of the models almost immediately. It's time to test the other function, WebUI load model. Find it and configure it similarly to previous nodes. But this time we should configure the model settings structure also. To get the name of the model that you want to load, just open up WebUI and copy the name of the desired model. You could also get names of the models by calling the function WebUI getModels. Then configure actors similarly to previous functions. Compile, save and test it. You should also see an info message that this model was loaded in the CMD of WebUI also. Now it is time for the last function, WebUI Unload model. Put it on the event graph and configure the address node with OpenAI compatible API URL. Then configure this actor similar to other functions. Save, compile and test it.